straight in my head. Start from the title screen.
Alright. We're a little late, but... Hey everyone, how's it going? Wheatley here. I'm joined by...
AllSeeingI.
Yes, and we are here for the first episode of our Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney playthrough, the WiiWare version.
Yep, well, because the alternatives were... We had tech difficulties getting an Android emulator to work to play the HD version.
It's not even available on Android. The only one... It's available in Japan on Android. It's iOS.
Oh.
It's iOS.
And of course, anyone who's tried to emulate iOS is gonna... It's funny, I looked it up. I
did try using, putting that on here.
I don't think that would have worked very well.
It did work.
Oh.
But it wasn't HD. It was the new drawings, but it wouldn't... And that would have sucked bandwidth, because it goes through Wi-Fi.
That would have been bad, yeah. But it's funny, I looked up the iOS emulation on their an emulator wiki or whatever, and it's just
does not work.
List of failed emulation attempts. That's where it redirects to.
Yep.
Anyway, I'll be doing most of the voices unless Wheatley here wants to do some.
You see, I don't care if you say my name.
Yeah, well, whatever.
Alright.
So yeah, we'll definitely use these records.
The first turnabout.
Oh man, it's been too long. I think you're dead. Damn it. Why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. Not like this. Not like this. I've gotta find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. Like he did. What are you doing?
First of all, that looks great. Second of all,
Okay. Is it too loud?
it is louder than most of the games I play.
Quick question. Is I don't know how your streaming setup works. Is the game's volume being pumped to us and the stream?
Yes.
Or is it... Then isn't there the potential problem of feedbacks or a feedback or an out of sync where... Because we're also hearing it. And the
No,
mic
my mic is in perfect sync with the game.
Okay, great.
I've tested that before.
Great. I figured you probably had thought of that, but just on the off chance. Yeah. Also, in case you're wondering, anyone who's seeing this, why you can't see all the home menu, it's because we got rid of that really annoying border the WiiWare games have. Or Wheatley did, through some cropping geniusness.
Just say my name. Seriously.
I wouldn't want you to say mine, and so this is a courtesy.
Alright.
You almost went to the menu. That'd be funny. I don't think it would work, would it?
Yeah, it does. It works that way, but not the other way. Anyways. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m. I'll just read these.
Go ahead.
District Court Defendant Lobby number 2.
Boy, am I nervous. Right. Fair warning, I have one vaguely feminine voice. So, that's what I'm doing. Oh, hiya, Chief. Phew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. Says a lot about you, and your client as well.
Gosh, now I'm just having flashbacks to when we first played this together.
That was so...
It was this version.
Yeah, it was. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. Wait. You mean Larry stopped being a screw-up long enough for Phoenix to owe him a favor?
Don't spoil that. Anyways, you already know why.
I don't remember why.
The school trial.
But...
It was Edgeworth and Larry who helped him out.
Oh, I thought it was just Edgeworth.
No.
Alright,
also, this is what I'm talking about here.
Oh. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but at least they're not moving.
Yeah, at least they're not on the court record. They're just in the background. Of course, if I hit 1 here, I can just hide it. And it hides the black lines as well. I say 1 because, you know.
Yeah. Actually, a favor? I mean, you knew the defendant before this case?
Oh, by the way, you'll be glad to know. Oops. Read that.
Actually, I found out what my current job doing. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Oh, so we can indulge your mash button habit without skipping dialogue. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me.
I can't even skip by holding B.
I want to help him out in any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over! What? My life, everything, it's all over!
Why'd you say what?
The green... I don't remember that.
That's always been there.
Okay. Isn't that your client screaming over there?
Also, there's this one glitch. I'm gonna point it out when we get to there, but I'm gonna point it out.
Yeah.
Let's just say,
That's him.
keep an eye on the nameplate when Larry says, "Yeah," and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Keep an eye on the name tag.
Okay. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. Sounds like he wants to die. Yeah, don't we all in this day and age? Yeah. Wait, this is set in the future, but not quite this far in the future. Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Give me the death sentence. I'm afraid to die. What? What's wrong, Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. Finished! Can't live in a world without her. I can't! Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? Person responsible for your girlfriend's death. Newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. The first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her.
Understatement of
Mary
this
Butts.
century.
My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say, though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible luck. I don't know better than anyone. He's a good guy at heart. Not and I owe him one, which is why I took the case. Clear his name. That's just what I'm going to do.
August 3rd, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 2. God, the quality was so bad.
The court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts.
One thing I would like to point out, you know how sometimes there would be white flashes on the screen and on the new games?
Yeah?
They're actually in the original one too, but the WiiWare one has a flashing reduction.
That's on by default?
Yeah.
Oh, turn it off. Come on, man.
No, it actually hurts my eyes.
Oh, well, how do you say so?
They replace it with like more screen shaking, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. I hate to do this. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor! Dang it, the defense
Just
is
use
ready.
Gaspin's voice.
No, I'm gonna try this. If I can't keep it up, I'll switch.
Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not?
Yes, Your Honor. I'm, a little nervous.
Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves.
Thank you. Thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness.
Can I just say that this case,
Yeah?
I've played it so many times, and I'm sure you have too,
Yeah.
that it's boring.
It kind of is, but...
Like, I don't remember, like, the twists and stuff in the cases that follow this, except maybe, well, I definitely don't for Turnabout Sisters. Except I watched the anime recently, but I don't remember specifically what to present, when to present it, when to press, that sort of stuff.
I don't remember.
Whereas this one just, I remember everything.
I remember the bad guys in most of them, for all of them, but I never remember what causes any of them, except for this one. But again, keep in mind, if anyone's watching this stream, or watching this later if we post it anywhere,
Yeah,
they
it'll be
may
on my
very
channel.
well have never seen it before. So it's probably pretty important that we not call too many things boring. Also, I really like how the dialogue box lines up nearly perfectly with the judge's bench.
Hello, Kay.
Oh, so we've got someone in the chat now. Okay. Eased up.
Whatever.
Yes, Your Honor. Yeah, shaking. Eyesight fading.
The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case.
By the way, this first part of the game will not be a Let's Play. It will be a walkthrough, essentially.
Well, if you need a walkthrough to beat the first case, you may not be ready for this game.
Yeah, Larry Butts.
The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor.
Correct. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine.
He has no idea how prophetic he's being.
Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name?
I know this one. Glad I read the case report cover to cover so many times. It's... Wait. No. No, wait! I forgot! I'm drawing a total blank here! Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim. Of course I know the victim's name. I forgot. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. The victim is female. And, I mean... So if you're describing the victim...
Hey, watch it. Watch it. I've banned people for this before.
Ah, come on. It's harmless. If he or she calls people that.
Well, I'm just glad this is one of the few streams I do where the chat doesn't show up on the stream.
Oh. Well, why on earth not? Oh, because you cropped it.
No.
Oh.
No. I'm kind of glad I did because it prevented this from showing up.
It's one swear. It's not even... Actually, no, it is a pretty bad swear, but it's not the worst swear. Just press the plus button to check it anytime, okay?
Also, it said, look, the victim's name is listed in the court record. The original said defendant.
Well, there are a lot of...
I'm just like, you're talking about the victim here?
Yeah, well, they also call the murderer, the client of the prosecution. So, I mean... Translation errors abound in the original.
Then again, they actually fixed that in the trilogy.
I heard that.
I don't think they fixed the defendant thing, though.
Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you.
Let's hear your answer. Who was the victim in this case?
Cinderblock? The DC villain? The victim's name is Cindy Stone.
Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was...
She was struck once by a blunt object.
Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you.
Thank you. I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure.
Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne?
Yes, Your Honor!
As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was?
The murder weapon was the statue of the thinker! It was found lying on the floor next to the victim!
I see. The court accepts it into evidence.
Right. You should pay attention to any evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court.
You know you're dedicated to your voice acting when you do a male's voice higher than your female voice.
Yeah, well, have you heard the objection out of Pain?
Objection!
Yeah, it's that, except...
Ow!
Except, you know, complete.
Yeah, LMAO, that voice.
Press the plus button to check the court record and do it regularly.
Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness.
Prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand! Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate.
Ranjana!
Oh, come on! Like, those attributes are practically a plot. No, they literally are a plot point in the third game.
Oh my gosh, you're right. But Ranjana, that's actually a friend of mine. So, Ranji Tanji is actually a friend of mine. So, yeah. Sorry for not being able to be on the voice chat, but if you couldn't tell, I'm with someone.
I don't mind being in a voice chat, but we can, you know.
I don't want them to come out of the speakers. I only want to go into a voice chat if I use headphones.
Oh, well, that's fair. Hey, well, no, we don't have time to grab it. Never mind. In the future, we have a twofer.
I guess wouldn't be able to use my headset, but
We'll be able to. We could figure something out.
yeah.
Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad.
By the way, Ranji Tanji is actually a girl.
Oh. Smile.
That twitch of the mouth, I love that.
Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you?
Hey, watch it, buddy! We're great together. We're Romeo and Juliet, Cleopatra and Mark Anthony.
Didn't they all die?
I was dumped. She's supposed to take my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway?
Mr. Butts, what you describe is generally what we mean by dumped. In fact, she completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder.
What do you mean, one of them? Lie, don't lie. Don't believe a word of it.
Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died.
Indeed, she appears to have returned the day before the murder.
I see your voice is still
No
getting
way.
laughs.
You should have me on more often.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large income.
That's her response to me saying that she was a girl? Alright.
I mean, she's not wrong. Also, probably shouldn't. If they can't see the chat, spending too much time on it's gonna be weird.
Alright, I'll pop it up there.
Yeah. Okay, you'll see what Ranji Tanji said.
Criminy! I forgot.
It is so tiny.
No, no, no. No, I don't want to open another instance. Get that out of there. This is what I want to do. This may take a couple minutes, but
Well, that's just great.
Oh, well, that's just great.
this is what I want. Message background. Oops, let me just... Nope, I want that at max and this at min. No, not at max, but I want it there. Copy that.
Copy that. All systems go.
Shrink that down.
I will now mock you as Winston Payne. You are a worthless, friendless little idiot.
What?
Ranji Tanji, this game is actually one of the only games in the thing to be rated T.
They're all teen.
Really? I could swear later ones were rated, whatever the one
M.
in the middle is.
M. The later one was Dual Destinies was M. The other two were T. Apollo Justice was T.
I could have sworn Justice for All was E10 plus.
Nope. The only one that could be rated E10 plus was Trials, but that had creepy imagery.
Yes, that one is also about, well, a lot of things that I'm not going to talk about. Can you get the thing moving already?
Chill. Just chill. This isn't working. I can do one other thing. No, I can't.
You have got to be kidding me. Okay, I need to know what you're streaming now.
What?
Look at Ranji Tanji's latest comment. What sort of games are you streaming, young man? Wait, it would
Alright.
appear they can see the chat.
Well, they can say they can see each other's comments
Then why on earth does it matter?
for it to show up in post.
That is completely irrelevant.
Anyways,
Move!
if you wanna, if you're talking about that, this was actually a request from Noah.
Of course it was.
He wanted me to play Galgun.
I feel like I know what that is.
Basically, you shoot anime girls with love.
That sounds,
And they look like they have an orgasm when you shoot.
ah. Wait, is that the one where there was like the super expensive DLC where you could change their bust sizes? I heard there was a game that did that.
No.
No, apparently I'm right.
No.
They were called the Devil's Fruit Basket and the Devil's Cutting Board, respectively.
Let's
Let
just...
you guess which one did
Shut
what.
up! Shut up! Just read the line.
The victim was a model, but did not have a large cutting board.
Shut up!
Did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies.
Daddies. Sugar?
Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle.
Dude.
You can clearly see what kind of woman this Mr. Stone was. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now?
By the way, for reference, this is my brother, AllSeeingI.
Yep. Wheatley and I go way back.
Yep.
Right.
I don't think you want him to answer that question.
Shut up!
You do see who's saying this.
Are you serious?
I've never tried helium.
Oh my god.
I don't think you wanted to answer that question.
It says pain in the. It says Winston Pain. This is the same thing that happens later in the. Yeah, when I meet her in the afterlife. So.
Well, it's not my this is basically my normal voice, but I have a wide vocal range sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I the first time I did it, I was like, he loves this girl. He's not gonna run his mouth. So I didn't stop him, but I probably should have.
Dude, it's the same outcome every time.
I know. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? Oh, really? I could have sworn that wasn't there. That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead.
And we're gonna be doing it.
Yeah, and when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of all this. That's actually...
I would just like viewers to look at the tag right here. I can't steady my pointer, okay, it seems. It says pain.
There. That thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can...
Azure Apostle. How's it going?
Let's continue with the trial, shall we?
I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone.
Yes, quite.
Oh boy, this is so not looking good.
Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not?
No. I literally play a game with him set like 10 years in the future. He's still kicking around. Still as much of a loser.
Is this just gonna keep happening?
Apparently.
Well, did you or did you not?
Huh? Well, maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Uh-oh. He went. What do I do?
Once again, it's the same thing.
I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth.
Not sure if you know this, but if you if you click the other one, he says, I'll send him a signal. Lie like a dog.
Oh, I heard it was like a rug.
No.
Because rugs lie.
I need to meet your family, Senpai 1. She calls me Senpai 1 for some reason.
Who's Senpai 2?
Senpai 2 is another guy who joins my stream named Cade.
Okay. Tell me she's actually like a year younger than you at least.
Yeah, she is my kohai. In that sense, she's a freshman. Or she just finished being a freshman.
Alright then. Everyone dies. Yeah, I was there. I went.
Order. Well, Mr. Butts.
Dude, chill.
Yeah, it's the right name tag. The right name tag.
The right name tag? Just keep going. Dude, chill. Oh, she wasn't home, man. So, like, I didn't see her. See, that's why I do that voice.
Your Honor, the defendant is lying.
Like.
Like he's never heard it before.
The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying.
Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness?
The man who found the victim's body. Just before making the gruesome discovery. He saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime.
If you use the word senpai literally, technically you have way more than 5.
I thought the senpai was like your mentor upperclassman. Like, specifically.
No.
Oh, okay.
Order. Order in the court.
I think you're combining senpai and sensei.
Quite possibly.
How many Phoenix Wright games have you played, and which one was your favorite?
You answer first, I'll take it.
Have played the first 3, with the exception of a couple of cases, because the version I played let you skip cases.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you didn't play through all these with me.
No. Well, I saw you play them, but I myself have only played through those. I've played the first case and a little bit of the second case of Apollo Justice.
The first case and
a little bit of the second case of
Dual Destinies.
Dual Destinies, yeah. And the first 3 cases of Spirit of Justice.
I'm basically ordering him not to play the 4th case of Spirit of Justice because it spoils Dual Destinies bad.
Yeah.
For me, I've played every game that's come out in the West except for Layton versus Wright, and I'm in the middle of playing through Ace Attorney Investigations 2, the fan translation.
Alright. Anyways, now let's answer the second part of his question. Which one was your favorite?
Oh, you answer. Give me a chance to think.
This one. Absolutely this one. Actually, wait. No. Well, my least favorite was Trials and Tribulations. And honestly,
yeah, Magical Turnabout's good.
Is that the second one in Spirit of Justice?
I'm pretty sure that's the True Seek in Grimmarian Land, yeah.
Yeah. I did like that case. But honestly, in terms of my favorite of the ones I've played, I would have to say this one, with Justice for All as a close second.
I can see that.
Honestly, they just got progressively worse until... Actually, I haven't played Apollo Justice, so I don't know.
Apollo Justice is an interesting one. Not everything is great, but enough is good.
How's Karen? I don't know.
Ooh, troubles?
No. Shut up.
I think... I know there's some problems with Dual Destinies and Spirit of Justice, but I think it's too close to call between the two of them. I like Dual Destiny's overarching narrative. Like, almost everything except for the second case ties in some way to the whole Dark Age of the Law concept and its causes and how it can be fixed. And, of course, the whole redemption story with Wright is awesome. And then 6, I just like what they did with Karayan. It's cool.
So far, from what I've seen, yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait till you get to the 5th case, which is called Turnabout Revolution.
Ah.
I'm not going to say any more than that. Anyway.
Well, they've been talking about the revolutionaries, so I assume what are they called? Defiant Dragons?
Defiant Dragons.
Yes.
A dragon never yields.
Yep.
No. I'm a little more than that, but... Anyway.
Anyways.
Let's get moving.
You want to read this again, or?
Order. Order in the court. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call to witness.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you think that Kid Icarus should be on the Switch? Absolutely.
That
Also,
awesome.
case I haven't played is also is awesome as well.
That's the 3rd one, yeah.
Yeah, I did know that.
Yeah, it's and you even get the Athena skin for that one as well.
Yes, Your Honor.
This is bad. This is bad.
On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers in the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Fink Sawed to the stand.
I frankly hate this guy.
Mr. Sight, you sell newspaper subscriptions, is this correct? Oh yes, newspapers, yes.
Mr. Salt,
I always thought that
your testimony.
Not knowing what the dot was and what it on his forehead and what it represented, I always thought it was a bullet hole. I always thought it looked like a bullet hole, I should say.
Kind of, yeah. That's like... I may be wrong. What exactly is it again?
I think it's something...
Actually, we shouldn't say either thing, because if you're saying... Is that like the Hinduism thing, or the...
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't...
But I don't want to say anything unless I'm wrong, because, I mean, just in case I'm wrong. Have I played Shantae? No, I haven't.
But he's played as Shantae in
Blaster
Master.
Yeah. Blaster Master on the Switch, yeah. I'm sorry, but prosecution keeps...
Okay, no joke. When I was very first introduced to this case, I must have been like 13, and my the friend of mine who introduced me to it said that he was playing it with his friends and they always called it the prostitution. I'm not joking. And so yeah, you're not the first to come up with that, but who'd go to Frank Solid for that anyway? I mean, not Frank Solid. Who'd go to Winston Payne for that anyway? I just imagine him doing the deed with that voice. Oh my gosh, it's in my head. I'm never getting that out of my head. You owe me one on that, Raji Tanvi. Ugh.
Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder.
I was going door to door, selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it was strange, I looked into the apartment.
Oh, by the way, he has a deep voice in the anime.
Really? He's so
We
nervous.
never hear this guy's voice.
But he's so nervous.
Winston Payne also has a fairly deep voice.
Well, that just flat out makes no sense.
It's actually not a deep voice, but it's not, like... It's your typical male voice.
Did they not hear his objection? Anyway.
Are people just spamming the chat now?
No, they said that, Kay said that her, I don't know, their native tongue is Russian.
Ah.
Which is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Be careful though, CNN will dox you now.
I saw her
Was that
lying
necessary?
there. A woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and I found myself unable to go inside.
Have you played Final Fantasy Tactics, Legends of Dragoon, or Professor Layton vs. Phoenix Wright?
Layton vs. Wright's on my list, but I haven't played any of them yet.
I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m. The man who ran was, without a doubt, the defendant sitting right over there.
Oh, by the way, in the anime, it's 2 o'clock, and it's a 2-hour difference.
Oh yeah, because...
Japan.
Yeah.
Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that.
Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working?
Your Honor, on the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building.
Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout?
Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sarek used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal.
Yay.
No, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may begin your cross-examination.
I'm just gonna go through this as quick as... Do you want to read this, or do you want to read this segment?
We should... I don't really want to read it. Does it have any, Your Honor?
Alright.
Alright, this is it. Real deal. Don't skip too much, because they'll need to know what's happening. What exactly are you doing? Yeah, you expose the lies in the testimony the witness just gave.
I was thinking we'd just go through it as quick as possible and explain the way the game works.
Okay, whatever.
Alright, so this segment, you basically just present evidence or press the witness, because obviously this person's lying, and... Or not, in some cases. But in this case, absolutely.
Basically, the game's not going to give you a testimony that doesn't have some contradiction in it. Whether the guy's mistaken, or, whether the guy's just made a mistake, or is downright lying maliciously, your objective is to prove it. Also, that's rough, Kay. I mean, if you can... Well, if you, I mean, I guess with this heavily text-based game, K, it may actually be easier for you than other things, whatever that was.
That was my Discord.
Ooh, Protean Froki.
That's not. Alright.
Be careful, language. Okay, that's not true, and you've told me that.
Fascinating.
I can neither confirm nor deny that. Anyways.
So yeah, this one's pretty easy. The only time he actually makes a definitive statement you have any evidence relating to is going to be the, Actually, wait, why don't you just show him the evidence? Just show him the court records. Oh yeah, that's a thing. Alright, so here's all the evidence we have. The attorney's badge. That proves so much.
No one would believe I was a defense attorney if I didn't carry this.
Yep. The autopsy report, which was 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. Cause of death was loss of blood. The statue represented the shape of the finger. That was the murder weapon. And the passport from 7:30 on the day before the murder, just as proof of that. And then the electricity blackout record.
Find a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 o'clock p.m.
Should I press and just have the game tell me to do it for me?
If you want, let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, voice is
1
kind of
p.m.
soft.
Are you certain? If it doesn't work out with Karen, you might see what you... Raji Tanji definitely seems to think you're pretty awesome.
She has a boyfriend.
Oh.
One of my best friends is her boyfriend.
I'm not touching that one. Let's keep moving.
Yes, absolutely.
He seems really confident. 1 o'clock p.m. Right. Doesn't that seem strange to you? Find some evidence to contradict him.
They tell you!
The hand holding is so real in the first one. You found the body at 1 o'clock p.m. You're sure?
Yes, it was 1 o'clock p.m. for certain.
Frankly, I find that hard to believe.
Frankly?
Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. As the autopsy notes the time of death is sometime after 4 p.m. There was no body to find at 1 o'clock p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? No, that's true.
Except for the English part.
No, I think what he's saying is, or she. You know what, I don't know what you're saying. Just keep going. How do you explain this 3-hour gap?
You know what? Actually, that does make sense. Never mind. Well, see ya.
Oh, that. Oh, This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time.
After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Salt, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 o'clock p.m.?
Gee, that's a really good question.
I'm slipping into pain.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and the whole story falls apart.
So that theme is used a lot, if I remember correctly.
Wait, I remember now.
You care to give your testimony again?
Yay!
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program.
So can you present the thing you're supposed to present at this one too? Or do you only present it at the first time?
I honestly don't know. Anyway, I think... Never mind.
Terribly sorry for the misunderstanding.
Sorry, I skipped a line.
I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness.
Right. You know what to do. I've got this one.
Alright, let's do this.
You see, when I found the body, I heard the time.
You know what, I'm gonna save and test that theory out.
You know, we don't have to worry about getting a perfect score on the tutorial. Something
Yeah,
else
you're
does
right.
occur to me, though. If we're gonna record this and post it later, any statements we make about the chat aren't gonna show up.
I guess that's true.
And incidentally, the contradiction we have here is, as you guys may remember, there was a blackout in the entire building. Clearly, it wouldn't be possible for any electronics whatsoever to be playing a video of a program.
Oh, you can't!
That's pretty nice. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery. And this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video.
Well,
The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Salt?
no, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite.
I'm gonna turn the mic towards you because you're pretty much the only one talking.
Indeed I am.
Quite. Wait, I remember now.
Mr. Salt?
This is my favorite music in the entire series.
Ah.
The court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That and you seem rather distraught.
Phoenix looks like Leorio from Hunter x Hunter. Okay.
I haven't seen... I'm not the biggest anime guy, but... Oh. Well now.
Okay.
You should see Phoenix in the Furio Tigre outfit. You get to see some things. That implies you see a lot more than you do. I'm gonna retract that statement, but that outfit's a little more revealing.
My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body.
Very well, Mr. Salt. Let's hear your testimony once more, please.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw.
You saw a clock. I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness.
Gladly. Okay then.
This has been a topic that has been brought up on my streams multiple times that she likes sharing.
I could talk about...
Let's not.
Okay.
Actually, I didn't hear the time. I
In
saw
fact,
it.
there was one time when she said, "Can I share myself at this party that we were both going to?" And I'm just like, no.
Next time, don't say no. See what happens.
Well,
Call her
I
bluff.
wasn't the only one saying no.
Oh, okay.
Let's just say her boyfriend was in the chat with me.
that would be a fun conversation. Anyway, yes, Rangi is grill.
Anyways, we already know this.
Table clock in the apartment. Yeah, the murder weapon. Yeah, because the murder weapon is totally a clock. This is absolutely a clock, no problem.
Wait just a moment. Right. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock?
Dun, 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 dun,
Here with
dun.
your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are?
Just answer the question, Mr. Saw It.
Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock.
Your Honor, if I may,
Yes, Mr. Pig.
as the witness states, this statue is indeed a clock.
Can't go to you, Boucher.
The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud.
Haha, that thing's like... thing.
The neck is a...
Oh, that was the joke. Hahaha.
Speaking of which, that's the sound I have for my chat, if you can tell.
I hadn't noticed, but you're right.
You tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submit it as a statue. My apologies.
I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock.
We just paused trying to decipher that for like the longest time.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you have any problems with this testimony now?
You see, I hit yes, but not for the reason that the game tells you. I hit yes because he says he saw the time. And obviously, he can't.
Yeah.
But no.
Your Honor, there's a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. And clearly a contradiction.
Indeed.
The witness knew it was a clock because he... You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder.
Oh yeah? Prove it! Prove I went in there!
You did better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice.
That was the sound you heard.
Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Saw it.
Look familiar?
The sound must have left quite an impression on you. Yeah. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim.
They actually
was-
show like the clockwork and the actually the way the head moves in the anime,
Cool.
and the way it works is, let's say it turns like this 90 degrees, and then as it's saying the time, it slowly turns back. It's like a you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Like a neck snap.
Yeah.
That voice was burned into your mind. That's
Hey,
why you-
Nina's here. I didn't hear. You just noticed now, but Nina's here.
That's why you were so certain about the time.
Yeah, she's another one of my friends.
Cool.
What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture!
Baseless? Just look at the victim. What is his face? Push the button.
I'm trying to figure out what to say to that.
Don't
top
bother.
comment.
Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock?
That day, I never, look, the clock, I heard, no, I mean, I saw, Gah! Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you, I saw him, he killed her and he should burn, give him death!
He's really short.
Order! Order in the court, I say!
Your Honor, a moment please! There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims!
Oh, by the way, that actually happened. I was the priest.
Oh.
It was
Again.
in Minecraft.
Okay. For posterity, they're referring to a wedding between two people.
Yes.
There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims!
Mr. Wright,
Your Honor?
you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence?
Case is riding on this. Better think it through carefully. Yes, Your Honor. The sound Mr. Sod heard was definitely this clock. In fact, it was clear if you simply...
That's the name. No, try sounding the clock.
Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully.
I think it's 8:25.
That certainly is a strange way to announce the time.
Well, he is the thinker, after all.
So, I've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright?
Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now?
It's 11:25.
As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between Mr. Sawat heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawat, try to talk your way out of this one.
Alright, see you later, Ranjana.
You forgot one thing.
Uh-oh. What's he talking about?
While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case.
That's right. How am I supposed to prove that? Damn it, I was so close.
Mr. Wright? Seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim.
Yes, Your Honor.
This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately. This ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Salt.
I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens! And look what happens! They treat me like a criminal! A criminal! You lawyers are all slime! I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Side. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was running slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow?
I always wonder what would happen if you press no, but I'm not going to.
Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it.
Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow on the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim?
Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Ha! Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off.
Let's see this evidence that proves how the clock was running slow.
This one took me forever to figure out. And most people I've also seen have had trouble with it as well. But if you...
Fun fact, what blows Mr. Hasawa's hair off is, at this part, the force of his objection.
You gotta watch that anime.
Take that!
The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference between here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 o'clock p.m. here, it's 11 o'clock a.m. the next day there.
1 o'clock, not
1
11
o'clock. It's 1 o'clock a.m. the next day there. I can't read today. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow. It was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her, like her dead in her apartment, was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Saw It? Or should I say, Mr. Did It?
Order, I say. Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, the witness?
Yeah. He was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor.
I have to say I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly, and find the true culprit at the same time.
Thank you, Your Honor.
At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts.
Yay!
And with that, the court is adjourned.
We gonna know anything beyond the first case? Or...
I was hoping to.
Turns out that Frank Soward was a common burglar. Posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Soward let himself in to do his dirty work.
Yeah, yes, indeed.
While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Soward grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
She looks like a stormtrooper.
Oh my gosh, she does.
Stop right there. Traitor!
She looks like a stormtrooper.
I'm assuming it's just the poor resolution, but...
Yeah. Then again, I don't remember what this CG looks like on the 3DS, so...
Flustered, Mr. Soward grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find.
Oh yeah. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
I still can't believe we won. Right. Good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all.
You fight your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial on such a satisfying note. Never seen the Chief looking this happy. Chief this glad. Imagine how Larry must feel.
You wanna... What are you... Okay.
My life is over. Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're innocent. The case is closed. But my Cindy Windy's gone, man. Gone forever.
I don't know.
Funnily enough, Cindy Windy could also totally be, if he ever did date Cinderblock, he'd totally call him the same thing.
Is that actually the name of a DC villain?
He shows up. I know he shows up in the Teen Titans TV show, the good one, but I don't know what other things he's shown up, and I haven't looked him up.
I didn't even think... Oh, of course Teen Titans is DC.
Yeah, Robin.
Yeah.
I'll
check out your channel, Tiger. Don't worry.
Gone forever. Larry, she was a... Nah, never mind. I wonder what she was gonna say. Congratulations, Harry. Harry. Hey?
I always read like, Harry?
That's good. Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butts, innocent.
Oh! I just got it!
You just got that?
I just got... Oh my god, I'm so dumb!
That's too easy. I'm not touching that one. Thanks. I really owe you one.
Harry Butts. Really?
I won't forget this, ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat.
Because you totally have money.
Oh, no, I couldn't. Hey, I was the one who got you off the hook.
Oh, hey. Here, take this. It's a present.
A present? For me? Wait, isn't this the evidence that...
Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me.
Really? You? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento.
Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Doesn't that make you just want to just cry? Ugh.
Larry... Are you so sure?
Excuse me?
I think she's got quite a lot of you, in her own way.
Squeeze me!
Nah, you don't gotta sympathize with me. It's okay.
Well, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Thought you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him. Huh?
Oh, yeah, right. Oh, yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about?
Do you want to explain this?
It's gonna be explained.
Alright.
Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? Where'd you get that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. She took it with her when she traveled. She probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take travel. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer.
Really, I am. Thanks.
Hope that made him feel a little better. Right? Hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People too. Never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. In order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right. Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Should we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends." But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay me. Unless you count the clock he gave me. I didn't know it then. That clock was soon going to be the center of another incident. And I promised to tell the chief about me and Larry. It would be one promise that I would never be able to keep.
The end.
I was wondering why you don't see the clock again. Like, how cool would it be if it just showed up in the background of later games? But no, it doesn't show up. What's with that? That was weird.
Alright, see you later, Nina.
This save does work, right?
Yes, save absolutely works.
Alright.
Shall we?
I mean, you've been on here for what? Like, how long have we been streaming?
We've been streaming for 1 hour exactly. You pick.
Consider I don't think we're able to get that far into this. It might be a good idea to stop now.
Alright, if you say so.
We can make it so that, like, each day or every couple of days we just do a full stream or just blitz through an
Full
episode.
case.
Or maybe if we have to, stop before we get a little further in, depending on, like, I don't think we can do all of Rise from the Ashes in one sitting.
Yeah.
That's a little bit insane. But, yeah. I mean, it's also a little bit
I would
later.
probably say the same about Bridge to the Turnabout. But that's in the later games.
Also, it's funny. Like, I guarantee they hadn't planned out that Mia was going to be part of the reason Nick became a lawyer. But yeah, I'm thinking here's a pretty good time to call it. So yeah, you probably have your own special sign-out you want to do, but...
Alright, thank you all so much for watching. Take care, continue testing, and best of luck in all of your future endeavors.
Oh, and one more thing. As just nice meeting all of you. I hope to continue this in the future.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep.
Alright.